Kicking off the main card is Chris Choo in the red gloves. On the other side is Portland, Oregon's TJ Koehler in the blue. This light heavyweight bout is brought to you by One Mobile Metro T-Mobile. Changing the game for good with no gotchas or gimmicks. One Mobile Metro by T-Mobile, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
Zero emotion from Chris Choo. That guy's got a poker face. Yeah, he's got a poker face.
Straight to the swing and we go.
And we know Chris Choo will bang with anyone.
Yeah.
TJ Koehler hasn't knocked an opponent out since May 7th of 2016, swinging for the fences here early.
Man, I need to get on Chris Choo's lifting plan. That dude's huge.
Nice kick checked by Koehler.
Koehler swinging with bad intentions there.
Choo doing the same. Down is Choo, right back up to it. So he looks to close the distance.
I want to see if Chris can use any of his wrestling or jiu-jitsu, especially training with Maury now. They do a lot of that stuff, so I'm hoping to see it.
Koehler stops him in his tracks, and Chris Choo, when you're talking about him, Jason, he possesses top-tier toughness, absorbs damage with ease, and trudges forward as he throws an overhand right.
Yeah, he's as tough as he's come. He ate like 4 or 5 shots, and he just ate a few more, and he just keeps trucking forward. There's zero quit in this guy.
He's just like the Korean Zombie, guys. Just moves forward.
Koehler's timing him nicely. Just landed a nice little check hook as Choo was coming in.
Ooh, good check.
Slapping leg kick right up to our ambient mic. Picks up nicely. Some stellar striking shown thus far by Koehler. Meeting Choo once again on the convergence.
Koehler kind of has that back and forth dance. He's moving, faking. Just really calm out there.
He looks really confident right now. He's landed some big shots. Got to be careful with a guy like Chris Choo.
Yeah.
As we've seen in our heavyweight fight, it only takes one shot.
Picking his shots is Koehler once again. Choo unable to get his offense going. We've typically seen him exceed in the grappling exchanges, but unable to do so thus far as he throws that one with the right hand.
I'd like to see him really tighten up his guard and kind of cut some angles. He's coming straight forward.
And TJ is hitting him with heavy shots.
Choo punches out. Koehler, no reaction. Again, with these being professional fights, all of these fights slated for 3 5-minute rounds here on this main card. Poised and patient still is TJ Koehler as well, Jason.
Yeah, I think it looks like he's looking to just counter Chris Choo as he's coming in, just like he did right there. He's thrown that check hook about 4 or 5 times tonight.
And no telegraph of what might be going on in the mind of Chris Choo, David.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to come forward, really, really calm on the other side, but yeah, hopefully he can get that grappling going.
Always quite stoic is Chris Choo. I mean, we've seen him in absolute wars opposite Andrew Mickelson. Never changes what he's looking like with his face.
Yeah, he's fought multiple of my teammates at this point. Tyler, Andrew, he's a really, really tough opponent. Win or loss, like, he is a tough guy.
Andrew Mickelson is the only opponent that Chris Choo has lost to as an amateur or a pro.
Dude, they're swinging out there.
And TJ's like, I better keep those hands up now.
Yep.
TJ's probably wondering, how is this guy still standing? I mean, he's landed some heavy shots.
Yeah, he has a speed advantage for sure. He's kind of hitting him on the break every single time.
Koehler infiltrating through the middle of the guard of Choo. 45 seconds to work for both fighters.
Wow, that overhand right was big. But takes a lot of energy, too.
And, David, a lot of energy expenditure, but would you suggest maybe Chris Choo to shoot a takedown or something like that? We haven't seen a lot of that thus far, more so clinch work.
Well, I think the bigger problem is he's not cutting any angles. He's just coming straight in, whether it's striking or grappling. That's not a good idea if the guy's a better striker than you. Notice how he puts his hands down. One thing about that is it really helps you stay calm and keep your cardio up, so you're not always stressing your shoulders out.
Big shots from TJ.
Choo continues to come forward. Final seconds here of round number 1.
Which is nearly impossible.
I mean, that neck, choking that out? Yeah, no.
Choo takes the center of the cage as a potent jab is felt in favor of Koehler.
Chris is reaching a little bit too much. He needs to really tighten that guard and start cutting angles.
Crisp uppercut lands for the
There we
visiting
go.
fighter as Chris Choo initiates
See
some
if he can
grappling.
pull it in. I want to see him pull it in. Oh, there we go. Turn the pike right there. Head outside single, kind of like what DC does or Habib, those type of people.
We saw a lot of it from Austin Taylor as well early on, Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did. He's got his hands clasped there.
He's got to bump him. There we go.
Into his wheelhouse we go for the first time. Chris Choo able to land a takedown. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to work with him near side of his corner.
We'll see how TJ's grappling is. I'm sure he's pretty experienced, but we'll have to see because Chris is a big boy.
Yeah, Chris is a big, solid dude. He's going to try to rain down some heavy shots.
1 submission win as a professional for TJ Koehler. It was his last win, October 8th of 2016. Doesn't necessarily attribute all of the grappling accolades, but something of note.
Okay. You can see he's trying to pin the arm with his left arm he's using to pin it back so he can open up that right side and throw those strikes.
TJ trying to slip out the back door there, but Choo's doing a good job of controlling the hips.
Passing the guard. Now we're into half guard. Okay,
Great.
he's pinning that arm. Okay, let's see if he can get it.
Choo's lone win was by a submission back in April.
Choo staying
Quick work,
heavy.
quick work of Jesse Salmon to get the win over at the UCCU Center, his second walk of 2024.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of progression of Chris's jiu-jitsu, obviously training with a more jiu-jitsu-centric gym now. Hopefully he can pass this guard and do some work, and Tyler can get out, or TJ can get out. My apologies.
Curious to see how long Dave lets this stay in this position. He's been pretty quick about breaking these positions up when they're stalling. Chris is going to need to do something to try to break that grip.
David, you did mention Maury Training Academy, currently 3-0 under the Fierce banner this year, the most successful Utah gym with a minimum of 3 fights.
Oh, they're phenomenal. I mean, obviously having Amy Campo, who is an Abu Dhabi world champion. She's basically the best female grappler on earth. They are a very tough gym. Every single time I watch them fight, watch them at jiu-jitsu tournaments, they are a force to be reckoned with. And, he's very lucky to be training at a gym like that.
I'd like to see Choo do some damage here in this position. He's been here for about a minute, controlling nice in the side control here. I'd like to see him rain down some elbows.
Yeah, he's got to pull him off that cage and not let him kick up and kind of get that weird side control where you're pushing away from the person and not able to really throw anything because you're holding him down. Could be going for buggy or something crazy.
Chris accumulating control time. Also a little bit of a cut on the left eye of Koehler. He came to weigh-ins yesterday with that. Seems to be something that he might have suffered during camp.
Choo looking like he's trying to step over into mount here.
Yeah, watch him push that leg down. He's going to swing over if he can. Okay, now he's just going with the underhook, and he's back to half guard, just turking that leg.
Working on that opposite side.
Oh, you can hear those. Even from the bottom, TJ can hit.
Thudding shots for the 34-year-old. Under 90 seconds here in round 2 of a possible 3.
Chris just barely, he threw a big elbow. He can keep doing that. As a pro, obviously you don't train that as much in your amateur career, but he could really use kind of some of those other tools that he hasn't been able to use before.
And now he's right into mount now.
Right in the mount.
Position before submission, right? Is
Yes,
that what they
sir.
say, David?
Oh, yeah. Let's see what happens.
Not a good spot for TJ Koehler to be in with a guy like Chris Choo.
I've been in this position, and it's one of the most frustrating things because they're holding on for dear life. Honestly, if he just put his hand right on his face and pushed and framed, he could probably get him off, and that's what he's doing right here.
I think
See
he's
if he can
listening
get
to
a
you.
straight shot. Not that I want Chris to win. I mean, he's just Asian like me, so no biggie.
.35 seconds left in round number 2. Choo not garnering a lot of offense, more so
Yeah, just some control time here. I don't know if he's trying to search for a submission. He's running low on time.
You got the
Maybe
arm triangle. See it.
Might be a little too late in the round for that.
Shoot. Lost it.
Couple of elbows like David Kim was suggesting too.
Yeah, this is what I like to see from him. Like, do some damage. Clearly has this round in the bag.
See how he's pinning the arm? Okay,
Yep.
let's see if he can get it. 10 seconds left. Throw some ground and pound down.
Plenty of time on top for Chris Choo. Looks like we're split at 1 round apiece, guys.
If I'm Chris, I'm going right for that takedown again and try to get on top and just dominate this 3rd round. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Oh, gosh, he's going straight forward.
And the strength. He just pushed Tyler right up against the cage.
I mean, he almost looks like a sumo wrestler. He's just pushing that dude. Okay, Buck has the body lock. Let's see if he can rotate and do some damage right here.
Chris Choo officially 2 for 2 on takedowns as a professional. He was 1 for 1 in his pro debut. In this one, he's 1 for 1 thus far. That one in the 2nd round. See if he could potentially get another one here early round 3.
Holding onto that body lock, he can pull him off of the cage and kind of do some stuff there. Ooh,
Now
good
TJ on top.
reversal. Wow. Got that hook.
Koehler makes his presence felt.
Oh, he's
As a
using that underhook.
How much energy is TJ using right now?
And Chris, honestly.
Yeah.
Coming all the way up. Head outside single. Let's see if he can turn and pull.
And the difference in this round is TJ got the takedown, but Choo was able to get up quickly where TJ, now he's on the bottom. Let's see if he can do the same thing.
Yeah, there's definitely a level of elevation factor in grappling. It makes it really tough. Even when you get a position, you use that big power push. Sometimes you just lose it, and you're back to square one.
Stifling grappling stays the trend here in this light heavyweight bout. 3.5 minutes to work. Chris Choo able to scramble out, get back on top. Now Koehler with a closed guard as Choo garners some offense from the top.
Good frames from Chris. Notice how he's framing with his left arm, and he's using that to hit him. And we might get a stoppage here if he can't defend himself.
I'm sure his corner said, hey, when you get on top this round, let's do some damage, and he's doing exactly that.
Dave Selustad giving it a good look as well. Going to split them up and go back to standing.
Interesting.
David, your thoughts?
I mean, I felt like he was doing a lot of damage, and oh, look at that cut.
Large gash right over the right eye of Chris Choo.
Yeah, Chris is just going straight for the takedown here.
Smart move. TJ doing everything he can to try to keep this fight standing.
Yep.
Visual's not there yet. It's just coming into your screen right there as we see some blood draining from that right eye. It's the top eyelid.
Yeah, I didn't see where that came from.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Chris Choo has been bloodied and battered before, has disturbed his vision in the past, but has still continued to come forward as he's still in control of this one in the front headlock position with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
I would be careful if I were TJ. He might get kneed in the face here. You know, as an amateur, you can kind of play this game and be okay, but he might get kneed real quick if he keeps that head down. Okay, back to over-under. Chris is going a lot for that body lock. It's very, very impressive because he has such strength, but we'll see if he can hold on.
Koehler, the aggressor in this exchange, as Chris Choo looks to circle out.
He's swinging.
Nice uppercut by Choo. Leads Koehler to dipping the head a little
Wow,
bit.
he just gave that up. Something's wrong.
Yeah, he's exhausted. I don't think TJ has anything left.
Yeah, what just happened?
Koehler was talking to his corner for just a second. Now Dave Selustad separates them once again.
He's out of it. He's out of it.
Yeah, they might need to stop this fight.
Back into the action
Look
they
at
go.
it. Oh, shoot.
TJ can't even stand right now. Big shots from Chris Choo now. Elevation playing a factor here in Salt Lake City tonight.
Yes, sir. There's a reason a lot of Olympic athletes train out here and in Colorado Springs.
Great comeback for Chris Choo. Pretty much dominated in that first round, and he comes back, clearly wins the second round, and if I had to judge it, I'd probably give him the third round so far.
Yep.
Koehler answers back.
Swinging. Oh.
Choo cleanly connects. On a wobbly foundation is Koehler.
Man, if I were Chris, I might just pull back and start throwing. He has 30 seconds left to finish this fight.
Dave's gonna separate him again.
Controlling the hands is Choo. Already been separated twice this round.
Going for the single leg again.
I feel like Chris, when he gets in these positions, he's attempting takedowns. He's going for things. He's a little more methodical with him.
Very active, though. He isn't just sitting there.
Fierce fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 29-28 for declaring the winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Chris Choo!